So hello and welcome to Film Mixologist. This is an update about the Holley 750 that came in a box from Newquay in Cornwall. And this carb, if you remember from the previous video, it had the shaft was completely frozen in the secondary, and it was all corroded. This thing was all corroded. So actually what I had to do is the shaft was completely treated with chemical blacking. You can see here the throttle plates as well. So they're now pretty much back to new condition. Same thing I did with the shaft here and the throttle plates obviously. And here what I did is I used this little Hammerite Direct to Rust paint. Just to clarify, I don't get any money from them, I don't get any sponsorship or anything. This is just the stuff that I do because it works. Because the problem with sometimes with fixing this sort of things is that when you either grind something or when you take away the surface treatment, yes, it looks good, but it makes it more prone to corrosion. So that's why I use the paint in this particular instance, and as you can see, the throttle plate returns very well. And the other thing with this car is that you can see the benefits of using the bead blasting cabinet, because I don't know if you remember from the previous video, all of this was completely black with like oily deposits and soot, and now it's absolutely fine. So now what I need to do is, obviously I need to carry on. So I've got some of the bits prepared. Generally when I do sub-assemblies like this that I've nearly finished with the metering block, I generally tend to put them in bags. So I keep them in bags so I don't get any dust in them. So that's one of the techniques that I use. Now what I do need to do, I need to try and sort this bit out, which is disgusting, all the corrosion it has. And whilst this works, I think I'm gonna have to do at least some work on the lever because it's all corroded. Certainly this is absolutely disgusting. And also this, the choke actuator, which again is quite corroded, so I might need to just take it all apart, clean all the bits, maybe do a bit more chemical blacking, and so those are the kind of next steps on this build. So this is the final round in the saga of trying to kind of rebuild this Holley carb that came to me, and this was installed in a boat without being a marine carb, which isn't a great idea. And yeah, so now the carb is okay. It is, working as it should. I just noticed there is just a little bit of tightness here, and it's due to this that is a bit bent. So yeah, that's a bit better, not quite 100%. This is how you generally, what you need to watch out for chokes is that they need to be, yeah, there you go. Yeah. So it is that you don't want the lever to kind of interfere with the body or with the shaft. So let's go back and see what sort of extra stuff did I need to do in order to get this carb working, because a lot of the time, kind of when you do this sort of projects, you buy a carb for a certain amount of money, and then you try and, you know, fix it and make it work again on a certain budget, because you want to obviously sell it for more money than what you have paid for it. Now obviously I didn't pay a lot for this carb, but my problem with this carb is that it took far longer than it would normally take me, and this is because I had to, for example, paint all this detail. So I had to completely take all these pieces apart, paint them, wait for the paint to dry, all of this, the lever, the secondary shaft, this has been subject to chemical blacking, then over here all the throttle blades, the shafts again, I had to do them again. So it was, to be honest, quite a big job. And there is still one more job that needs to be done, because one of the things in here is that I put like a fixed lever here that should go with the choke. And basically what you do is you get one of these and you just twist it so that it faces the cam, kind of like that, and there you go, magic. Yep, yeah, that's kind of how the choke should operate. So now we got a fully functioning choke with the cam done properly. So this is a carb that is ready to go. But I guess my reflection is, if you want to buy a carb and it's a marine carb, it's an automotive carb that was previously on a boat, I know, just pay £5 for it, because really they are quite hard work to get them to live again, and it's the time you spend that obviously you could have spent building some other things. So those are my kind of reflections on this one. It's a good unit now that all of this has been done to it. It's ready to provide kind of a few years of service again, but it has taken me far longer than I would have liked. So see you in the next episode.